Hey guys, welcome back to Loop Hub. Today we'll talk about the most disgusting moments on Dr. Pimple Popper that made us shudder. Let's head into it. Number 1. Cyst filled with macaroni. A pillar cyst is a fleshy lump that can appear on your skin. Since dermatologist Sandra Lee just dealt with a massive one on a patient's back, Dr. Pimple Popper's latest Instagram video features this pillar cyst. The post includes a sensitive material note, so you know it'll be fine. It's also not your average cyst. The doctor also makes certain that you're aware of this right away. A pillar cyst on the back is unusual. The majority can occur on the scalp. The doctor simply wrote in the caption, "So if you click past the sensitive content alert, you're in for a tense viewing experience." To be honest, the cyst appears to be uninteresting. From the outside, it's a visible bump on a patient's back, but it's not disgusting right away. The doctor then begins to enter the room. Dr. Pimple Popper can be seen in the next picture, her tweezers gripping a huge ball of yellowish hardened goo that resembles Play-Doh. As she takes out the gun, she can be heard saying, "I love it when we get pillar cysts on the body." The doctor steps away from the monitor for a moment before returning with her tweezers. And then OMG, what happens next is absurd. She casually reaches into the cyst and takes out a hardened floppy mass of pus at least a quarter's width. According to one fan, it looks like a macaroni shell, except it's much thicker and grosser. In the comments, people were up for it. That slow-mo pop at the end, one user exclaimed. "The last pull is like when you sneeze and snot comes out," said another. Number 2. 5-pound fat mass. Dr. Pimple Popper went on a bursting spree in her holiday-themed TLC special to cap off a year both in-person treatments and internet consultations. Owing to the coronavirus pandemic, Dr. Pimple Popper's season squeezings, which launched at 9 PM Monday, included the same lipoma, cyst, and blackhead action as prior videos and television episodes of Dr. Pimple Popper, but with a seasonal twist. Dr. P treated 7 patients with a variety of skin issues, such as lipomas and cysts. During the hour-long episode, Marilyn had a 5-pound grapefruit-sized lipoma or fat-filled mass growing on her upper arm, and her treatment was perhaps her most eye-catching. A lipoma is a fat-filled growth that develops between the muscle layer and the skin layer of a person. Lipomas usually grow slowly and are modest, with a diameter of around 2 inches. A lipoma is usually not cancerous, but if it hurts or irritates the person who has it, a dermatologist can remove it. Marilyn said she generally holds Christmas celebrations at her home, but she hasn't in recent years due to the weight of the mass on her arm, which has been growing for 15 years. She can't lift huge pots and pans full of food to serve her family because of their weight, she added. Dr. P and Marilyn lie on her side when her lipoma-bearing arm facing the ceiling to remove the lipomas. Then Lee injected a numbing medication into it so Marilyn wouldn't feel the cut and pressure. The present moment when Dr. Pimple Popper cut through the lipoma center, a big lumpy yellow fat deposit emerged. It was so big that Lee compared it to Marilyn's 9th kid. Number 3. Marty. Sandra Lee has battled a variety of dermatological problems over the years. Despite this, on a recent episode of her TLC program, she had to use a spoon to help scoop out a cyst on a man's shoulder. Marty, a 51-year-old patient, was Lee's new patient. His shoulder was afflicted by a 30-year-old epidermis cyst that had already burst. Over the years, the burdened gentleman joked that he tried popping it himself, but couldn't muster the nerve because he couldn't drink enough alcohol. He explained, "It's just I don't know how deep I need to cut it." Epidermoid cysts are tiny, slow-growing bumps under the skin that are usually painless. They're most common in areas with more hair, such as the scalp, ears, trunk, upper back, and groin. These cysts can be anywhere between 12 and 1 inch in diameter. Marty was showing signs of discomfort, which may suggest stress or pain. In response, Lee paused the operation for the first time in her career to allow him to smoke a cigarette to relax his nerves. Lee finished extracting the pus and stitched up the surgical site so it could recover properly when he returned. Lee announced at the end of the episode that Marty never came back for a follow-up visit. Lee said, "It's been about 3 months since I've seen Marty. I haven't been able to get a hold of him, but I'm guessing that this means he has no issues with the cyst growing back and he's out there somewhere celebrating with tequila." This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.